Dyke will kick it away for the Badgers. And back deep, Tyrone Tracy, number 3, and Dylan Downing, number 22. It's Tracy at the goal line. Wrapped up and then squeezes out before being finally stopped at the 14-yard line. And that's where Purdue will take over, 1st and 10. This is his time to shine. And you mentioned Graham Harrell is so very high on him, and why wouldn't he be? Short of the turnovers, and they've been plentiful, he believes he's on target. Little play fake, and they swing it out to the tight end, Max Clare. Not much there. Jake Chaney will come away with it. Gus Hartwig is back in the starting lineup at center, flanked by some veterans in Grant and Nichols. Musa in the left tackle, and we're going to see Marcus Bowe at right tackle, 63. That forward wall offensively. Tracy is in the backfield on 2nd and 9.
Let's see who can beat man coverage here, Tim.
Hard. Too high. Should have been caught, though. Garrett Miller, the tight end, could have brought that down, the redshirt senior from Round, Texas. And Graham wants him to be more of an ad-lib guy. Play with your instincts, like right now, just as you prescribed. And he's out beyond the 20 to the 21. It will be shy of the 1st down, but that'll show you his resourcefulness. James Thompson, number 90, the defensive end, makes the stop. It'll be a punt formation.
Yeah, and it's about picking up the blitz. You can be impromptu, and that's great. That's what he brings. Hudson Card is outstanding in that regard. But an excellent job of picking up the blitz there. Tyrone Tracy Jr. does a nice job of sticking his nose in there and picking up the pressure so that the quarterback can take it.
That was Jake Chaney, the linebacker, that was coming through on that blitz on the inside. Chimere Dike awaits this punt from Jack Ansel. And he'll call for the fair catch at his 39. Yeah, this game being played on a Friday night means a lot more eyeballs at home, too. We got such a huge weekend on what could be called a shakedown Saturday. This game will not be lost because it's sort of standalone, particularly in the Midwestern portion of the country. State with Cam Ward, tough out. That's their only loss of the season, as you see Allen forging ahead for what should be a 1st down.
That's the matchup up front. Their front 4 against this big, massive offensive line.
Mordecai is going to air it out this time. Sees a little green grass in front of him and does get ahead for a yard. Will Pauling, the wide receiver, transfer from Cincinnati. He's moved into the slot, and he's looking that way, and he's got him. Inside the 40, shoved out of bounds at the 39. First down, Wisconsin in Purdue territory. Their first possession of the evening. Allen. Braylon Allen, he is a load. Flags come down as he goes down. Referee,
Personal
Jeff
foul.
Cervinski.
Face mask. Defense number 1. The 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. Includes an automatic.
Getting back out to a Twins look up to the right side of the field.
Ches Malusi has come in to replace Allen. They are a thunder and lightning combination. And we've
it took
got
them a little
markers
bit too
down.
long to get lined up, Tim, and that's one of the transitions that you want to talk about at the top of the show. Keys of the game for Wisconsin: be consistently good.
Start.
Got to get lined up.
Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
But they are going to run a lot out of it. A lot of passes underneath. Here goes Malusi.
Malusi, outstanding job of pulling.
2nd down and 4 after the gain of 11.
Nice.
Time winding down. That pass is dropped.
And match him up on these inside receivers. Doesn't matter if they're tight ends. He's that big.
Allen is checked back in. There he goes. No, it's a play fake, and look at that. Touchdown, Tanner Mordecai. Boy, everyone went with that play fake to Allen, didn't they? And it just opened up like not the red, we'll call it the green sea in the red zone. Tremendous opening drive for the Badgers. Nathaniel Vakos with the extra point for Wisconsin. Tracy again from the goal line. Not much room. Good coverage by the Badgers.
Bill Longo won. This opposition, nothing.
Cards pass. Quick out to the tight end, Clare. And that tackle was one that was maintained for quite some time after a nice pickup of 5 yards. Second down and 5. One more time for Purdue.
Alexander Smith, right corner covering there. I think they're going to be attacking that side quite often tonight. Inside zone read. Nice. They're going to bring this back, and it's unfortunate, Tim.
Yeah, marker down back near the line of scrimmage.
Yep, this is going to be holding. I love the blocking scheme and the intent, but it's going to be holding, and it's coming back.
Darrell Peterson made the stop, a 24-yard gain. Here it is.
Holding. Offense. Number 75. 10-yard penalty. First down.
First and 20 after the penalty. Card out of the shotgun. Trouble coming on each edge, and there's Hudson Card doing what he knows how to do well.
That's what I mean when I say he's sneaky good, Tim. This guy is elusive. He's cagey.
Mike Trestle's Cincinnati defensive approach, of course, helped Luke Fickell get the Bearcats to the college football playoff a couple of years ago, finishing 4th in the standings of the CFP before losing to Alabama. Here's Card again, swinging it out to Devin Mockabini. And that was well defended, going to the wide side of the field. And again, the tackle.
Holman.
Yep. Downing the setback. Card again in trouble, but he reads the coverage and may have the first down. Marker down, back at the 20-yard line.
And that's unfortunate. These explosive plays, that would have been for 15, is coming back because of mistakes again. Both teams have got to play cleaner.
Fans don't like it.
Is that white jersey is trying to get away from him.
Downing's just going to tote it, get it back out to about the 18-yard line. Jack Ansel will punt it away. Averaged 44 per boot against Syracuse last week. This one a bit off the side of the foot, end over end and out of bounds. Didn't get all of that one. That 20-yard punt certainly helps Wisconsin's field position. As Malusi out of the shotgun again, and there's Mordecai.
Great job of recovering.
3rd and 4. Mordecai.
Oh, that was a
beautiful catch by C.J. Williams. The USC transfer has the first down. Out of the shotgun again. Reverse. Yes, indeed. Here goes Will Pauling, and he's going to throw it back to his quarterback, Mordecai. And he's out of bounds inside the 10. We'll call it the 7.
This is definitely different.
You can pound it and be creative, and that's what they've done so far. Malusi stopped at the point of attack that time. 2nd and goal. Pusher, pass is overthrown. It was there for Tucker Ashcroft.
Malusi in man coverage. Somebody's going to win here.
Mordecai, all kinds of time. Now he takes off.
He's so good.
He's going to get there. Touchdown. Vacos for the extra point. He knocks it through. SMU and Oklahoma, 148 total rushes, just 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
So he's already equal.
There's an understory here, and hopefully we'll get a chance to pack it with respect to how Luke Fickell has handled this transition. It's been amazing.
Dylan Downing in the backfield. Nice play fake. Card goes. He's trying to do his impression of Tanner Mordecai, and he's got a first down. First down, Purdue. Card.
Nice.
Beautiful out pattern. That's a big league throw.
Pad between himself and the sideline.
Graham Harrell liking what he's seeing. There's another throw. Black shoulder to the tight end Miller. He slipped. The turf monster got him just a bit. 2nd and 10. It's Downing, and it opens wide. Inside the 25. Down to the 20 and a first down.
Still sticking with that 3-man front.
Well, their longest play from scrimmage so far. Downing stopped in his tracks. Beautiful penetration that time. Mike Tressel will move him around in that secondary.
Here comes a blitz up the edge.
And a nice ad-lib job to get the ball away to Tyrone Tracy. Third down and 13.
And that left tackle kind of quivered a little bit.
He knows it. 77, Musa. Muhammad Musa.
Offense, number 54.
Well, they got 54 instead. Remember, they got a new kicker tonight. Freehill, their starter, can't go. And there it is for Tracy. Tyrone Tracy inside the 20 to the 17. Nazir Torkurian. This is a walk-on redshirt freshman, Julio Macias, in for the injured Ben Freehill. This will be a 34-yard try. Right through the uprights. The outstanding receiver, also on teams. And he'll take a knee here, so they'll bring it out after the touchback. This is an important game for both teams in large measure because a lot more people can watch. Allen again. And of course, Mordecai has scrambled as well. So they've been very effective on first down. Second and short here. This time he gets away for another first down. Stopped by Thieneman. Braylon Allen in the backfield, out of the shotgun.
Allen's been pretty quiet, Tim.
Yeah, he just uses him as a decoy. Flag down. Some pressure was coming off the edge. No gain.
Going to be holding.
Offense, number 63.
And a little sarcastic applause. First and 20. Allen, great vision, size and strength, out to the 29. Second and 17. Going to be the focal point of most defenses against him. Here he is as a receiver. Braylon Allen, third down and 8. Plenty of time, and that pass, oh, what a catch by Williams, and that route was jumped. Yeah, I think he got the turf monster too. He stumbled a little bit. That might have been the difference in a completion and potentially a pick six. That was a big league throw, though. First and 10 for Wisconsin at the 47 of Purdue. Allen, he's got the ability to get to the second level in a hurry.
These tackles are doing the job. They're pulling effectiveness and trapping out linebackers, clearing the way.
Extra tight end, second and 4.
Nice.
That ball was knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Get those hands up in there if you can't get home.
Third down and 5. Malusi, the setback, trips to the bottom of your screen.
Edge.
Look out! He got to the edge and turned it back upfield, and another first down.
To get outside and cover that edge.
I now know what an ET stunt is. Here's the pass coming back to help the receiver.
Tim, when you play so much defense like Kevin Kane does for the Boilermakers, those guys have great responsibility. When they see a play coming their way and they've got a game or a deal with one of their teammates, they've got to be mindful that they're vacating spots and they cannot allow that to oversee their responsibility.
On second and 8 again, across the field, beautifully thrown, and a great one-on-one tackle by the Boilermakers. Third down, a yard to go. Looks like they're going heavy here. 12 personnel.
Tight trips formation inside.
Allen, no, Malusi. And he runs right into Trenusi Kane.
Listen, Purdue's going to stay in this. You see that single high safety that's sitting right up there in the middle of the field, Tim? If they stay back in this, that means they're going to have man coverage, Y seam. Look for the tight ends to take advantage of those naked spaces.
They are 6 of 6 on third down conversions. Little bootleg action. Dump it out to Skylar Bell. Bell takes it inside the 15.
Y seam. Any of these things in the middle of the field, wide open.
Plenty of time for Mordecai. And he runs out as he was trying to get near the line of scrimmage. Looks like 91, Cole Brevard, the transfer from Penn State. Yeah. Third down, a yard. Allen, first down.
Center of the field and the seams are wide open.
Well, we got a marker down pre-snap. This could be a false start. It was the 15th play of this drive coming up.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That field is condensed down here. Nothing doing for Allen. another flag comes down. Thrown in an area where holding could be there once again. O.C. Brothers, the linebacker, transfer from Auburn out of Titusville, Florida, with a tackle.
There's another down Boilermaker, Tim.
Number 87. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Cadron Jenkins.
4 wides right now. This is what they should have been taking advantage of down here. Look at that single safety. Look at the vertical attack right here.
That's a designed run for Mordecai. Inside the 15. Came over as part of this staff from Illinois. Here it goes once again. Braylon Allen, touchdown. Well, they have accomplished just about everything they can. Rushing touchdown in 28 games. 19 of those were starting opportunities. And it's a touchback, and the Boilermakers now, Spencer, because their defense has been unable to stop Wisconsin, and now they really do need to take the next step and get a touchdown. Mockabee is the setback. Hudson Card in trouble and sacked. Inside his 15-yard line, and James Thompson Jr. Marcus Bowe, 63 there, coming right up the gut. Just 27 passing yards for Purdue. Second and 18. Behind the chains again. That pass is caught. It's the tight end, Max Clare. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Nice, another game inside.
One more time. He's in trouble. Now tries to do it on his own. And he's going to be a couple of yards shy. Out to the 33, maybe the 34. Pickup of 8. Ansel will punt it away. End over in punt. And Chimere Dike with a fair catch. And on first down, Mordecai with an option. He decided to turn it up himself. That's Thieneman with a stop after a gain of 3.
You don't know what they're going to do on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, they're holding him to 3 yards on first down was the first time we've seen that. Again, coming back on a comeback route, Bryson Green. Pretty well defended, so they're going to face here a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah. Tight bunch formation. You got a guard that just moved there. And that's Michael Fortney, the right guard. So that'll put him back, and so now it's definitely going to be a pass.
Another veteran player out of Milan, Michigan.
Start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Called it on Jack Nelson, but he wasn't the one that moved.
No. Malusi's in the backfield. This is 3rd and really long for them. 3rd and 8. Mordecai's pass. It's caught. And there is Pauling again for a first down. The second effort. 8 of 8 on 3rd down conversion, Spencer. 8 of 8, Wisconsin. Play fake, going for the home run ball. It's deep, it's Bell. It's incomplete. Skylar Bell, the intended receiver. They're both pretty good.
Yep, no question.
Both pretty good.
What made the one we saw last week as the flag comes out was he was able to complete his downfield passes.
Yep. And we've got
delay game. Offense
delay.
number 8. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's the first mistake Tanner Mordecai's made tonight. Well, you've been asking for the tight end. The tight end is part of the trips to the right. And they flood the zone to Malusi. That's just a good individual effort. Mordecai has Allen in the backfield. Trips to the top of your screen. They only being 3.
Nice job of defense.
Mordecai's going to have to run it out of there. And he manages the 40
be short
to the 42 by a healthy margin. He gets 12, but TJ Sheffield is back deep. Bertrams will punt it away, number 49, his first boot of the night. And another flag. They were going to angle that left-footed punch from the sideline.
Procedural formation issue.
Prior to the ball being snapped. Full start.
Yep.
Offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
I mean, they're ready to party. They just need Purdue to help them out here, and they get the ball back. End over in boot. Uh-oh, Sheffield. That's not good. Well, you got to find a way to field that punt. Now it's all the way down to the 3-yard line, a 60-yard boot. You don't want to get crazy, but if you have faith in him, you got 2 minutes to work with to try to make something positive happen. Yep, he's going to throw it from his end zone. Airmailed it just a bit, incomplete. Peterson with a lot of pressure there. Tyrone Tracy is the setback.
That's the advantage of having a well-traveled quarterback, Tim.
Yeah, indeed. Yassine, number 2, going to go-to receiver so far. That's a nice little off-tackle play to give him some room with which to work. Got it out to the 9-yard line. Darrell Peterson.
Draw.
Card looking in. There it is. Just as we mentioned, Burks. Yassine.
From Hudson Card.
That's their longest pass of the night.
Nice.
Good job late to Tracy. Dumping it off. He gets up to the 32 before being pushed back. Mike Farrell, the recruiting guru, tabbed him as the #1 quarterback grabbed out of the portal last year. Card into traffic, and that one was knocked away. It was intended for Abdur Rahman Yassine.
The defense setting up for the run here.
Utilizing as much of that play clock as possible.
Chess game.
Look out. Card gets away, showing his resourcefulness.
He got it.
And he got the first down.
How about that?
That's having faith in your QB.
Whiskey can get lined up.
Card. Little show and go to Downing, and he gets out of bounds.
Pressure. Picked it up.
Card.
Nice.
Oh, curl pattern to Burks and a first down at the 45 of the Badgers. Gain of 14.
Appreciate his ability to stand in the pocket under that pressure.
Another pump fake. That one's tipped away. Intended for Burks. Little patience and perseverance on that throw. 2nd and 10. Maccabees in the backfield. We got a pre-snap move on the part of the wide receivers. Sheffield along with Burns. Both got out of there.
Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Tonight. Card. In trouble.
Great instincts. Releasing away from the numbers.
And it's going to be shy of the first down, so the clock goes tick, 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 tick. Got to spike it. 14-yard gain. Oh, they're going to go with it. Up against the clock on 3rd and 1 to the end zone. The receiver knocked down. No flag. Hallman with the interception. Jaden Dixon-Veal was the intended receiver. Does not bode well for future opponents against the Badgers because this new look offense is presenting similar run game results. Here's the return by Chimere Dike. You love him as a receiver. That's a pretty good return. Tanner Mordecai having a brilliant night. Hands it off to Allen this time, and Purdue stuffs him. That's something that was missing in the first half.
That's right.
And the one thing that's been missing is the tight end, as you pointed out, Spencer, Hayden Rucci. He's not called his name. There's great coverage again. Pauling taking that little quick look in, which Mordecai has mastered so far tonight. In half number 2, what about this? Allen pops it. First down and more.
2:45.
Yep, second level ability being run down and stopped inside the 10. Twin backs with Aker in the game now. Mordecai, little RPO to Aker.
That's a great defensive play.
Indeed. Allen the setback. Mordecai with plenty of time again.
Oh, look at the protection.
Just picking and choosing what to do. There he is, scampering out of bounds near the 3-yard line, maybe inside the 3. He did get inside the 3. Market at the 2.5. Allen in the backfield, 3rd and goal. Mordecai with blitz pressure coming, has to get rid of it. Just unloaded it, and a late flag comes down. Crucial call here.
There are no foul for offensive pass interference, number 87, because the pass was deemed uncatchable. Intentional grounding, offense number 8.
Intentional grounding is the call.
He's lost it down, 4th down.
after further review. This is a 33-yard field goal for Vikos. And we've got a procedural penalty here that'll back him up.
I think they're going to get Trey Weddick, number 78, I think.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty.
Yep.
Fourth down.
Good calls, partner. No field goal attempts for Vikos so far this year. This is his first attempt. Now it'll be from 38 yards. Yep, even with the penalties, no problem. Tyrone Tracy will say, we'll take it out to the 25. Thank you very much. The standard that he had to coach from at a group of 5 school made him a better coach.
No question.
Well, quick curl. It goes to Deion Burns. And Burks, I beg your pardon, with the catch, and he has a first down. Devin Maccabee, sophomore from Boonville, Indiana, in the game. Nothing doing here. 2nd and 10. Card, a wide receiver bubble screen. Out to Yassine. And that last stretch may have gotten him very close to the necessary yardage for the first down. Maccabee. It's a very nice run, following his blocking and getting it into Wisconsin territory, a gain of 12.
Before you get 5 or 6 yards running, another opportunity.
3 straight, 3 straight, make it 4 straight. Double-digit yards, Spencer.
I like this.
10, 10, 12, and 19. There's Mike Tressel, the defensive coordinator, trying to match things up.
See, now they're moving and platooning their guys on defense. And that's what they're going to have to do. Tressel's going to have to be mindful of how winded his guys are getting. So I'm liking what we're seeing here is an adjustment in the second half.
Boilermakers must stay away from the turnovers. That has been their issue. And there you see great coverage by Alexander Smith. 2nd and 10. Tracy the setback now. He'll tote it. Bounces off one Badger. And ahead for about 4 to the 20-yard line.
So now you're populating the line of scrimmage. They should have an opportunity here.
Well, Tracy, look at him go. Touchdown. That's what the Boilermakers needed. He is really happy to be where he is and is so pumped to be working here with the Boilermakers. Got a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25.
That you can run horizontal against them, and they did effectively.
1st and 10, Wisconsin. And get it out to about the 29-yard line, so a gain of 4 on first down.
Right now they're in the 3-man, got 2 guys standing up, so the same lanes are going to be there for them.
Mordecai goes RPO to DK. Chimere DK has the first down. Stiff-armed his defender. 1st and 10 for Mordecai out of the gun. Pressure. That pass is thrown and caught again by C.J. Williams. And again, nice tackle in space by Marquise Wilson. He's showing his durability and his versatility. 15 of 19, 105 in the air for it. Option towards the boundary. Malusi has it for a first down. 1st and 10, the ball at the 41 of Purdue.
Nice.
Mordecai, look at him, that ball is dropped by Pauling.
I'm out in practice and get no run time in the game.
Indeed. 2nd and 10, Malusi wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage this time. Trips to the bottom of your screen. C.J. Williams, the lone receiver, towards the boundary at the top of your screen.
This is the 12th man to call this play.
3rd and 11. Mordecai arching it for Chimere DK. He's got it inside the 10. To set himself up for the reception. Mordecai.
I didn't like that play because if you're going to run option into that, you got to have a pitch person.
2nd and goal. Ball at the 8. And again, that Purdue defense with a lot of heat to try to keep them out of the end zone and force them to kick a field goal. Allen carrying some Boilers with him.
Coach Fickle told us that offense, smart guy, understands where everybody's supposed to be. He's lead blocking on that last one, and a little Bush push too.
3rd and goal for Mordecai. Pressure, lots of it. Into the end zone, incomplete. That was great defense from Allen. Cam Allen making the play on C.J. Williams. His timing to go through the receiver was good, but you raise a wonderful issue there. Bakos with his 2nd field goal of the night. After those touchdown possessions to open, 3 straight. Now, Spencer, we've not talked about turnovers tonight for either team. Purdue, to make this comeback, if they're going to make it, they got to remain clean. Downing, another good gain on 1st down, a pickup of 5. So 2nd down and 5 coming up.
And stay firm in those gaps. Otherwise, those voids and those lanes are going to continue to be there.
Card on the curl. It's caught. It's 1st down. It's Sheffield.
Oh, yeah, no question. Those are good 13 yards right there on a well-designed play.
It took Jeff Brom a little while, but he left the program in great shape. I mean, they won the West a year ago, had bowl victories. Dylan Downing ahead for a couple, Burrowing ahead. And they, of course, lost pretty much everybody offensively for the championship game.
Nice.
That pass is caught. You suspect 4-down territory again?
No question. I would right now. I'm doing the math on how long it took them to score there. If they can trade, that's impressive, but they need to convert.
If you're into analytics, I'm sure they're thinking
good
that.
Job.
Oh, beautiful. Little look into Sheffield for another 1st down. And Mike Tressel knows all about it. Card.
Nice.
17 of 24 in the air. It's Burks. And he's got it to the 25. He's upset with himself. First
Nice
and 10, it pops free for Tracy. Tyrone! How about that jitterbug? Inside the 5, down to the 2.
That's nice.
That's a Spencerism I haven't heard in a while. They actually mark it at the 3.
I'm going to start calling him something else. He'd make you change your mind.
Tracy trying to bounce out. That's good penetration by James Thompson Jr., the junior out of Cincinnati with a stop.
Left. Oh, that's beautiful.
Time winding down in the 3rd.
Nice.
Card also losing time, but has some room to run. Look out, he's got speed. Pylon time, touchdown. Fourth career touchdown, his 3rd touchdown rushing for this.
Tim, they've got 89 in that 3rd quarter just completed. Graham Harrell's made great adjustment. That's been the ticket.
Kimray DK with a return. Look out. He's got breakaway speed. He really does. And a late flag. Oh,
that's going to put him around the 40-yard line, man. That's going to be
15 more.
After the play was over, personal foul.
That's clear.
Fans hate it, but it's a good call. Cervinsky, our referee. And Anthony Brown was the guilty party there. Young man that transferred over from Arkansas. Berlin Allen is in the backfield.
Nice.
Over the middle, it's caught. And that's C.J. Williams.
I don't think he could have played it any better from a man position. Excellent throw and catch.
20-yard pickup. Here goes Allen again.
That's a good stop.
Once again, getting very close to the red zone, Wisconsin. They've had to settle for 3s. And we got a movement here. This is exactly where they've begun to stub their toes with their own breakdowns offensively with premature movement. Nelson, 79.
Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
In indifference, he's an outstanding lineman that moved from guard to tackle. By the way, the O-line coach here is a veteran, Jack Bicknell Jr. for Wisconsin. He was a head coach at Louisiana Tech years ago, pretty successful there. His father, of course, the longtime outstanding coach of Doug Flutie at Boston College. Wow. Allen stuffed. Boy, that's run support Only 2 of 5 on third downs
So
now.
they're threatening zero coverage here. You got to beat them with the throw. It's coming pressure.
Yep. Over the middle. No! Nearly picked off. The chance was there for Marquise Wilson. Thieneman was coming with a safety blitz. Broncos will try another one, this time a little deeper. 48 yards. From the right hash.
Got it.
Oh, beautiful kick. Nothing wrong with that.
Outstanding mind on the short end right now, though.
And that one's going to go out of bounds, so give Purdue much better field position here at the 35.
Out of bounds. Kicking team number 22. The ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down and 10.
Luke Fickle will not like that.
And that's problematic if you trade him.
Hence the curiosity about that missed opportunity and an interception moments ago for Purdue. They could have gotten a pilfer there to stop that drive cold. 2nd and 6. Looking towards the boundary, it's caught. Wonderful catch and extension from Deion Burks. And get his motor up to 22 miles an hour. Card looking again.
Nice.
Towards that way, and there's the interception. A big pick. It's Ricardo Hallman. And what Purdue was needing, Wisconsin got. Dangerous throw that time across the field by Card. And the first turnover of the night belongs to Wisconsin. Redshirt sophomore from University High School, Miami, Florida. First down. Oh, how about that hit?
Oh, make you change your mind.
Oh, Malusi was met after a yard loss. Rolling right. Here goes Mordecai again. Big play here in the 3rd.
Let's see if we can get pressure down low from number 5 on the edge and see if they can hold up with coverage on the right side.
Mordecai with time. It is intercepted. Going the other way at midfield. It's Alessandro. Botrus Alessandro makes the play.
Progress comes on the backside of that. That is textbook.
Alessandro turning the tables on Wisconsin. There you see the quarterback comparison. Things have evened up between the two. Tyrone Tracy's been a very effective back. Here he goes again. Here he goes again. Tyrone inside the 30. And a first down. 7 carries for 80 yards for Tracy. Card stepping up again. Lets it fly incomplete. Thrown behind Abdur Rahman Yassin. It'll be 2nd and 10. 375 to 350 in total yards.
That's into it.
Yes, here goes Dowling. And once again, great penetration by Darrell Peterson.
I tell you, I can't tell you how outstanding that was because Hudson Card did everything he was supposed to do. He was running away from the numbers into the weak side of the field, and that thing was populated so quick by that left outside linebacker, Darrell Peterson, that it just disappeared. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of the call, the play selection. It was just a great defensive play.
Didn't take long for Mike Tressel to say that he was the best pass rusher. He's also got great penetration in the run game too. 3rd and 13.
Ooh, the slant in the middle of the field.
Card. Time winding down and the ball is tipped. Leach Concepts. Oops. Did we get a late timeout? I think we did. By Purdue.
Prior to the ball
I think
being
they had what they wanted, Tim.
First charge team timeout. Purdue.
I can tell you this, if they stay in this front and they don't affect pressure, one of these receivers is going to get open unless he bails.
Game's on the line right here. Pressure coming. There it is. He
was
went the wrong way.
He was wide open. And they say big games are lost, not won.
Yep.
And when they look at it, it'll be those mistakes and those shortcomings.
No question. Malusi.
Great job.
Now let's see if the defense responds. You know, a lot of times as an old player, Spencer, you love to see your coach and your new coaching staff say, you know what, we got faith in you. You can make this play happen. These players now know that their coach is playing to win at home. So even though they didn't get that first down, I'll be interested to see if it gives this defense a little edge in this series here for Wisconsin.
Jeffrey Umba, if he's making plays like that, he's going to have a chance. Nice.
Option play, missed opportunity in the backfield.
Kevin King going with the single high safety look, populating the box, defending the run.
Little teacup formation to the top. Mordecai over the middle, and it's caught.
What a great catch.
Indeed, by Chimere Dike. Malusi in the backfield on 1st and 10 with the ball at the Purdue 48.
Kevin King's been committed, the defensive coordinator, to this man coverage scheme all night. Still in.
Mordecai looking long, gonna make the play for Pauling. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Here comes the corner cat blitz.
Yep, and ran right into him. Beautifully done by Kadram Jenkins. Loss of a yard. So now it's 3rd and long coming up. And a timeout taken. And looks like Malusi's down. Yep. That's why there's a timeout on the field. He went down, and boy, that does not look good. He's holding his shin or his ankle. Looks like he's favoring that ankle. There are those moments when you realize how real life this game is. And Chez Malusi, after a devastating injury, this is the team after he made it up to the cart and they had gotten an air cast on that ankle or left leg of his. And you can see the brotherhood and what it means, Spencer. And they lost. Well, we'll pray for Chez Malusi. Oh, well, they come with everything there.
Let's see if they squeeze this and protect this. A lot of leakage here.
High, tight spiral, deep. And into the end zone for the touchback.
And his passion and his willingness to continue to grow. That's the most important thing in that role.
Yeah, like a human sponge. Maccabee is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd 11 for Card. Nice look-in pattern, incomplete.
Oh, almost intercepted too.
Yeah. Big 3rd down here for the chances of this Purdue team that's been playing from behind all night long. And a wonderful 3rd quarter to tighten things up. Card in trouble. Breaking contained.
Oh, he's open. He's wide open.
Wide open. He's got him. That's a completion. Abdur-Rahman Yassin.
Sheffield. TJ was wide open.
Yeah, for a touchdown maybe. Card again. Lets it fly.
Oh, got to catch it.
4 wides. Maccabee the setback. Hudson Card under pressure. That ball is affected. Are they going to say that wasn't lateral? And now Wisconsin may have it. That may be a fumble. It is. And Wisconsin's got it. They did not give up on the play. And the recovery is by Darian Varner. You can go to replay and see it. They do it that way both on Saturdays and on Sundays. Allen the setback. He vaults ahead inside the 10 to about the 7.
Has liquid courage in those cuts.
Yeah, indeed. Allen again inside the 5 to maybe the 4.
Doing the smart thing, using this time here. That's good.
Allen breaks away for the touchdown. Now that shows you the power he brings to the game. They're going to go for 2 here to make it a 21-point game. A little reverse action, and it's wide open to his quarterback for 2. Fans don't like it. They think that's rubbing a little salt in the wound.
They're different. They're not the same.
They're different, but they're also still really, really good. And they can really run the football even with
nearly as many carries and still have as many yards.
1st and 10, Hudson Card steps up, rifles it for a first down. And boy, oh boy, he almost got loose.
I'd like to see them get Tracy on a scat release here and do a little hook and ladder, man.
Well, it looked like that, didn't it? At Sheffield on the receiving end, and a shoestring tackle. And here they are at the Wisconsin 41. Card on a streak route down the sidelines. And again, a lot of jousting there. That pass was intended for Deion Burks. No flag. Second down 10. Trips to the top of your screen. And they hand it off again to Tyrone Tracy, who has been outstanding tonight this season. The Big Ten's going to be really fun to watch.
Swing it to your back.
Card. And he wisely gets down, and boom, he gets hit. And flags come down. And now you wonder, uh-oh, did they lead with the helmet? We'll see. A late hit by Cheney.
It's going to be a personal foul.
Oh, yeah. Fickle just doesn't want to lose a player for the first half of the next game.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit defense, number 36 on a sliding quarterback. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run includes an automatic first down.
No targeting, though. That's good.
They'll put him on a 16.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he was a little lucky there. First and 10. Hard.
Nice.
Fade pattern. End zone. Caught. Burks.
Oh.
They're going to rule him out.
Wow.
Downing remains the setback. Trips to the top of your screen. Hudson Card with time running out. Tries to make it happen and gets inside the 15 before sliding this time. It's teams and power teams out of your league. Card, good throw, but it's incomplete. And right through number 2's hands, Yassine. For their final opportunity here. Illinois, by the way, Walter's old stomping grounds. He and Kevin Kane, his defensive coordinator, he was linebackers coach for Bielema. That'll be their next game coming up on the 30th. And we've got the timeout Wisconsin.
And making mistakes.
Hudson Card on 4th down. Looking for some help. That pass is incomplete. Marker down. Abdur Rahman Yassine, the intended receiver, but a flag down at the 2-yard line.
Pass interference.
A lot of jousting
Offense
going on there.
2.
Yep, offensive pass interference, an OPI.
First down and 10, Wisconsin.
Guy, an Ohio State guy, would he really go to Wisconsin? And he said, yep. He believes this has been one of the great sleeping giants, that you can take it to another level. Exception that we would shelve the run game. We're going to run it, but we're going to spread it out, and we're going to have more options.